Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. Let me take you back and tell you a very funny story. My dad remarried. Of course, I said this in previous vids at one point. My dad had remarried after him and my mom got a divorce when I was about 8 years old, around 1980-81. Nonetheless, like I said, my dad remarried, and I used to go down every other weekend. My dad was off, and I used to go down every other weekend to visit him where he lived at the time. Him and my stepmom Sharon had lived in a little town called Mineral City, which is where I grew up with, or where I grew up at, for the first 7.5, 8 years of my life. But nonetheless, the particular time doesn't really stand out, the date or whatever, but I do remember the situation. My dad and Sharon, like I said, lived in Mineral City, of course, and about a week previously for me coming down, actually spent about close to a couple of weeks there, was my dad's cousin's little girl, I forget her name, but nonetheless, she never, being raised down around West Virginia, Kentucky, or the West Virginia area, somewhere around West Virginia, she never was exposed to many of the many foods and stuff. I guess they were poor and whatnot, or whatever, or what have you. But nonetheless, she, my stepmom Sharon went out and bought a bunch of stuff that she hadn't liked or whatever at the grocery store, and spiral macaroni and cheese was one of them. Well, she had that all weekend. Well, here come the week rolled around, and then she had left or she was there that one weekend, and then she left that following weekend. Well, when the other weekend rolled around, and I would come back down again, Sharon had had spiral macaroni and cheese left over, you know, a couple 3, 5 boxes, whatever, and she'd fix that with just about every meal, lunch, dinner, whatnot, supper, whatnot. And she'd fix that, and I told her, I said, look, I said I don't want this. I said, I can't stand macaroni and cheese or spiral macaroni and cheese. I've had it the last time I was down here. I'm tired of it. She's like, well, these are leftovers. She said, it's leftover boxes and stuff. I just gotta get rid of them because your dad and I's not gonna eat them, so I gotta get rid of them. Okay. Well, I ate it, and I told her, you know, a couple times. I said, look, I said, I don't want to eat this stuff. I said, I just don't feel right about it. But she's like, you know what? She's like, you're gonna eat it. I said, all right. Well, later that evening, my cousin Sean was down. By the way, he was spending the weekend there, and they had made him do the same situation with a pot pie. And I don't think he likes pot pie to this day, because they told him that if he didn't eat a pot pie, he wouldn't be going home. He'd have to stay there until that pot pie was gone. But nonetheless, getting back to the thing with the mac and cheese, later that evening I got to feeling a little queasy. You know, my stomach got to feel a little upset, and I went into the bathroom, and they kept their cat in there tied up to things so that way she wouldn't roam around and get into a bunch of stuff, knock stuff over and whatnot while they were sleeping. The cat's name was Spitfire. Anyway, I went in there, and like I said, I started feeling it, and I ended up puking all over Spitfire, all over the toilet seat, all over the floor, just all over everything in general. Well, I went into my dad and Sharon's room, which was catty corner from the bathroom, and I wanted to tell them that I got sick. Well, I said, hey, Dad, Sharon, Dad, Sharon. After like 2 answers, I didn't hear anything. The only thing I heard was... So I'm like, okay, you know what? I said, they're asleep. I said, I guess I'll just wait till in the morning. Well, I guess not prior to, after I went back to bed, Sharon come in, and she said, I want to know which one of you boys, speaking, talking to me and my cousin Sean, which one of you boys got sick? I said, it was me. I said, I told you I didn't want macaroni and cheese. I got sick of it and tired of it. I said, I just had to let it out. And needless to say, the rest of the weekend there, that being, of course, late Friday evening into Saturday morning, she didn't talk to me the rest of the weekend, and if she did, it was very few words. She was definitely upset with me, and to this day, My wife Amanda loves macaroni and cheese, but to this day, I cannot stand macaroni and cheese. If it's made, I will eat it just because it's there, but I don't like it. I can't stand macaroni and cheese at all, especially the spiral. Every time I see the spiral, it takes me back to that time, and I remember where exactly the spiral went down, but how it came back up. And it's not good coming back up, trust me. But like I said, nonetheless, I hate macaroni and cheese to this day. I will eat it because it's there, but nonetheless, I can't stand macaroni and cheese. I hate macaroni and cheese. Thank you so much for going down memory lane with me. I'll catch you next time.